Hello there, everyone. I think it's time to hop onto Roblox, get into a obby, and hop, skip, and jump our way into an employment tribunal because they're under criticism for their lack of diversity in the workforce and allegedly their discriminatory hiring practices. So let's have a look at this today. We're back with another Games Industry Biz article. This was actually based on an interview with Bloomberg. However, I am unable to read the interview on Bloomberg because it's behind a paywall. So thank you very much for that, Bloomberg. You are one of the reasons why journalism is dying. Now, if you paid attention to my Nintendo video, you might see a lot of similar points being raised here. And I don't think that's by coincidence. So staff at Roblox have reported a climate of marginalization of minorities and a lack of diversity efforts, according to a new report. Current and former employees spoke to Bloomberg describing their experiences of marginalization at Roblox, which include discriminatory and racially charged language and a lack of diversity across the company, with few efforts to address it, leading staff to seek employment elsewhere. One such incident occurred in 2021 when a female employee recalled the moment a vice president used racially discriminatory language when referring to the employment of female managers. The VP was subsequently put through a disciplinary process and issued an apology. They currently still work at the company. Yeah, that's not surprising. I get at most companies, if anyone other than the VP did that, they would just be out. They would just be fired, but that's fine. In email to Bloomberg, Desiree Fish, Vice President of Global Communications, said that Roblox, quote, does not tolerate or condone racist or discriminatory language. Another incident in the same year occurred over Zoom when an employee asked high-ranking managers why there weren't many female executives. According to those in attendance, company co-founder and chief executive officer David Bazuski allegedly said, quote, Roblox has a very high bar in hiring, end quote. Oh, David, that's not the response you give to that question. A comment employees later described as dismissive, but not surprising. 4 female employees were also described as, quote, aggressive or, quote, emotional during annual review meetings. Internal metrics shared by Roblox to Bloomberg confirm that high-ranking and executive employees are primarily male. Company told the publication that it, quote, has no targets for hiring or promoting diverse employees, end quote, but provided internal data demonstrated a slight increase in the percentage of women at the company in addition to a racially diverse workforce. The number of female workers at Roblox increased from 24% in 2020 to 27% in May 2023. According to the data, the percentage of employees who identify as white fell from 43 to 36%. I mean, over the course of 3 years? The other thing they're not talking about here as well, like, I'm going to bring this up now, is, yeah, so what they're not bringing up here, though, by the way, and this is important, right? Let me just zoom in here. So, according to Bloomberg, the company capitalized on a pandemic-driven spike of interest in Roblox and grew from 830 full-time employees to 2,100 at the end of 2022, which is news to me because I thought basically all the people employed at Roblox were either lawyers or people that just scrape content made by children to sell. So 2,100, wow, that's a lot. But look at it this way. The number of people working for Roblox more than doubled, and they maintained the demographics that they have now, barring a couple of percentage points, right? So this isn't a question of like, oh, well, you know, what you gonna do? You're gonna fire a white man to hire black women? And it's like, well, no, but they hired so many people, they more than doubled the size of the company, and the demographics didn't change. That's not a retaining issue. That's a hiring issue. I think that's quite a damning thing. This is also an article from GameDeveloper.com, because again, I can't read the actual Bloomberg article. Thank you, Bloomberg. Said numbers roughly align with the demographics reported by Game Developer Conference's 2023 State of the Industry report, but as Bloomberg notes, do lag behind the employee demographics of Apple, Alphabet, and Microsoft. You're kind of comparing apples to oranges a little bit there. The first one is a State of the Industry report for game developers. The second one are tech companies. They're not the same. Roblox's struggles with diversity don't take place in a vacuum. The company has also faced pressure over concerns of user safety on Roblox, which cover a wide range of concerns ranging from exploitation of underage creators to allegations of harassment and abuse among players and creators. Yeah, I've mentioned that a little bit as well. There are some very good videos on the subject, especially on the subject of child exploitation as well as child endangerment on Roblox. A Roblox Corp spokesperson told Game Developer that the company, quote, does not tolerate discrimination, harassment, or unequal treatment of any kind, end quote, and that safety and civility are foundational to the platform and workplace. We are committed to treating all employees fairly, and we have many touch points for employees to provide feedback, including confidentially, the spokesperson said. If even one employee feels unsupported or unfairly treated at our company, that is one too many. We have structures in place, including an anonymous reporting system to ensure people are being treated equitably and to swiftly address any concerns that are raised. Yeah, but we already saw a high-level executive at the company got hit by this report, and they basically got a slap in the wrist and some sensitivity training. I mean, yeah, okay, it's nice that you say that, but we strive to create an inclusive workplace where everyone is respected and every voice is valued. We have a policy that prohibits retaliation against anyone who raises a good faith concern about possible violations of company policy or participates in an investigation. I mean, yeah, like if they enforce it. I've not done enough research on that to know if that's the case or not, though, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that. But yeah, between Roblox and Nintendo, these are two huge monolithic companies in the game development space. But as the Game Developer Conference's State of the Industry report mentions, I think what we're looking at is a much broader issue with the demographics of people that actually work in the game development industry. These aren't issues that you can fix overnight, but companies themselves are going to be the ones that lead this change. So we need to be looking to them. And we need to hold them accountable if we want to see the demographics and the people working in these big game development companies. We need them to lead that change. So, you know, you see a lot more diversity in the indie sphere, which isn't surprising. But obviously that's the indie sphere. You know, those are indie studios, solo developers, that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's a bit of an indictment on the state of the industry as far as I'm concerned. I'm hoping that things can change, but I guess we'll see as time comes by. Considering that we have just seen reports that Bethesda has also been bullying trans women, that's maybe not going to change anytime soon. But maybe that's a video for another day. Anyway, what do you think of this? Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you think I'm underreacting? Do you think that I'm a bleeding heart liberal? Please let me know below. Like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you very much.